Have you ever eaten a huge meal for lunch and found yourself still craving more food just a couple of minutes later? Or have you experienced eating 3 full meals the whole day, but your stomach keeps on growling and your brain keeps saying, "Go ahead, eat another bowl of ice cream, it won't hurt"? Because here at the Good Health Gorilla, so have we. One way or another, most of us have probably been in a situation where we always seem to be starving, even if we've been eating an adequate, sometimes even an excess, amount of food. In today's video, we'll answer some questions like, is there a reason behind this? What's making me feel this way? And is this a normal, occasional thing, or should I be worried about it? According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, hunger is defined as a craving or the urgent need for food. Essentially, hunger is your body's natural way of telling you that you need sustenance for it to function correctly. Then, once you've eaten and had your fill, that uneasy and uncomfortable feeling of hunger goes away for several hours. Of course, this isn't the case for everybody. Sometimes, even with a large serving of lasagna and chocolate cake, we'll feel like we want more food. There may be several reasons for this, and we'll be exploring the possible causes for this one by one. Number 1, there is a lack of protein in your diet. Nowadays, most of our meals consist of packed and highly processed foods that are rich in sodium and sugar. But for your body to have energy and for it to function optimally, you need to consume an appropriate amount of macronutrients, namely protein, carbohydrates, and fats. When these 3 macros are all present in your meal, they will help provide your body with the energy it needs, and they will also keep you feeling satiated for a more extended period of time. The reason behind this is that the rate of glucose will decrease when consuming proteins together with complex carbohydrates. Glucose levels will gradually increase and gradually decrease in a consistent manner, which in turn will make you feel fuller for longer. No more of those sudden spikes caused by refined carbohydrates. These rapid fluctuations in glucose caused by refined carbohydrates are not ideal because these foods have been highly processed and their fiber and nutrient content has diminished. Thus, they won't make you full because your body will digest them very quickly. To replace refined carbohydrates and to start incorporating protein into your diet, you don't have to restrict yourself only to animal sources like meat, fish, and poultry. There are many protein sources available in the market such as vegetables, yogurt, milk, eggs, tofu, seeds, and nuts, perfect for variety in your meals and also perfect for people who live on a plant-based diet. Number 2, you're probably not sleeping enough. If you're someone who loves to watch and binge movies or your favorite shows, especially during the evening, or if you're someone who works into the wee hours, this may be one of the main reasons why you're always starving. Having a regular amount of sleep has an impact on your appetite because sleep regulates your appetite stimulating hormone called ghrelin. When you're sleep deprived, your body produces more ghrelin, which in turn makes you feel hungry, when in reality, your body really needs some sleep. With that said, it's important to catch those Z's regularly as much as possible for at least 7 hours daily for adults. Number 3, there is a lack of fat in your diet. Aside from protein, another nutrient that plays a vital role in keeping you full is fat. The reason behind this is that fat has a low gastrointestinal time. This means that your body takes a longer time digesting this nutrient, thus it stays in your stomach for longer. Hence, if you aren't eating an adequate amount of fat, you may feel hunger frequently throughout the day. In fact, in a study conducted last 2011, it was shown that among 270 obese participants, the group that followed a low-fat diet craved more carbohydrates and sugary foods as opposed to the group that followed a low-carb diet. It was also reported that participants from the low-fat group felt more hungry throughout the day as compared to those who were eating a low-carb diet. Now, when we're talking about fat, we don't mean unhealthy fat sources such as bacon, sausages, ham, butter, and all those other kinds of greasy, oily foods. We're talking about wholesome and nutrient-dense foods like avocados, coconut oil, eggs, nuts, seeds, yogurt, and fish like salmon, sardines, and tuna. These kind of foods have high amounts of medium-chain triglycerides and omega-3 fatty acids that are known to curb your hunger for a long period of time. Number 4, you may be dehydrated. Newsflash, you shouldn't drink water only when you're thirsty. This may be a no-brainer for most of you, but we're also certain that a lot of people don't drink enough water. Keeping yourself properly hydrated throughout the day is important not only for your overall health, but it may also help with your hunger. Drinking water has the ability to make you feel full, thus, the next time you feel a pang of hunger, drink a glass of water or 2 and see if you're really hungry or if you're just not hydrated enough. In fact, in a study conducted last 2016, 14 people who drank 2 cups of water prior to eating ate almost 600 fewer calories as compared to those who didn't. Now, if you're somebody who isn't really fond of drinking water, you can try infusing it to satisfy your palate better. You can try squeezing in some lemon and cucumbers, you can try adding some chopped up strawberries, mint and basil, or you can even mix it in some chopped mangoes and strawberries for a bit of a tropical twist. The possibilities are endless. Keeping yourself hydrated also doesn't mean that you only have to rely on water, because you can also stay hydrated by eating water-rich foods like fruits and vegetables, especially watermelons. Number 5. You're not eating enough fiber. This is a big one. If you're constantly feeling hungry, try to think about the foods you've been eating recently. Are they fiber rich or not? Aside from the macronutrients we've discussed earlier, fiber also plays a tremendous role in keeping you full. This is because fiber takes a long time to digest, and it also slows down your stomach's gastric emptying rate. Aside from that, consuming fiber helps regulate the release of certain hormones that reduce your appetite, as well as the release of short-chain fatty acids that help you make you feel full. Take note though that not all sources of fiber are the same. There are two types of fibers, soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Studies have shown that the former one is better at making you feel full as opposed to the other type. To incorporate fiber into your diet, opt for foods like oatmeals, whole grains, beans, Brussels sprouts, chickpeas, and legumes such as edamame. Number 6. You eat while you're distracted. We know, a lot of us are guilty about this one, because honestly, when you're alone, eating your meals with your favorite sitcom to accompany you is 100 times more enjoyable. If that's not the case for you, then maybe you're a busy bee who likes to multitask while you eat by answering a couple of emails or finishing your tasks for the day. Sure, that's a great way of saving time and making things efficient, but being distracted, whether by Netflix or your job, isn't the best for your health. This is because when you're distracted while you eat, you aren't aware of how much you're eating. Your mind and body may be too stimulated to feel like you're already full. A few studies have shown that individuals who eat while they're distracted are oftentimes hungrier than those who eat with no distractions. So the next time you sit down to eat, try putting away your gadgets and your favorite shows for a while. Try to put down your tasks for the day and just focus on the meal you're having. That way, your mind and body will be more aware of the foods you're eating, and it will be easier for you to recognize whether or not you're feeling full. Number 7. Alcohol is a big part of your lifestyle. Aside from making you feel buzzed and woozy, alcohol is known to stimulate your appetite. This is why some people like to gorge on a burger with a side of fries after a night of drinking. Multiple studies have shown that alcohol can potentially inhibit appetite-reducing hormones such as leptin, especially when an individual consumes this beverage before or during a meal. In a study conducted last 2004, it was shown that 12 men who consumed 40 milliliters of alcohol before eating lunch ate about 300 more calories than the group of men who only drank 10 milliliters. The former were also found to eat 10% more calories than the ones who drank less alcohol. This happens because alcohol is a nervous system depressant. It affects and impairs certain parts of your brain, which in turn makes you want to eat more. If you find yourself in the same situation, it would be best to consume alcohol in moderation or to abstain from it completely. And lastly, number 8, you may have an underlying medical condition. If you've tried following the previous tips we've mentioned and all else fails, then it may be time for you to see a physician. Frequent bouts of hunger may be an indication of a disease such as diabetes. Diabetic patients typically present with polydipsia, weight loss, fatigue, and hunger, which is because of excessive amounts of glucose in the bloodstream. If not diabetes, it may be possible that you have hyperthyroidism. People with hyperthyroidism have overactive thyroids, which is linked to increasing an individual's hunger. The rationale is that the excessive amounts of thyroid hormones promote a patient's appetite. Of course, this may not be applicable to everybody. Our bodies work differently and a lot of factors are at play here, so the best route to take is to see a licensed medical professional for you to receive a proper diagnosis and for you to receive necessary treatment if needed. Altogether, having an increased appetite may or may not be indicative of a health condition. One of the key takeaways of this video is to listen and to be in tune with your body to see if it's receiving the proper attention and care it deserves. After all, it does its best every single day to give you the attention and care you deserve. This brings us to the end of the video. If you learned something new, don't be shy and click the like button to show us some love. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell as well so you won't miss any of our latest videos. Until next time.